Don't go anywhere. Hit that subscribe button. Tap the notification bell and be the first to know when we drop a new video. Like and share with your fellow American patriots who love this country. And if you haven't been an American patriot and you're someone who believes and love freedom, love democracy, truth, and don't like corruption, hit the subscription button.
My name is Paul Eaton, Army retired Major General and Senior Advisor to Vote Vets. We need your help. So our adversaries are watching what's going on in the United States right now. They're watching a president going through his own purge of senior leadership in the Pentagon. And most are reminded of what Stalin did during the early days of World War II. And the Russian army, as you can see today, still hasn't recovered given their failures in Ukraine, which should be a serious overmatch, but the Ukrainians are winning on a daily basis. While in the United States, we consider ourselves to be apolitical, and that's a great source of strength for us. But when you start firing and replacing in the senior leadership ranks of the United States military based on fealty or lack thereof, you have inserted doubt in the whole process. Now listen, soldiers fight because they believe that the chain of command has their back. There's six. And when you see what's going on in the Trump administration right now, that infuses doubt in each and every warrior that we have for reasons that are only for the advancement of the Trump agenda. Now, Vote Vets needs your assistance. If you can contribute, that would be great, because we're working to fight what's going on in Washington, D.C. We're fighting the politicization of the armed forces of the United States. And frankly, we're fighting for each and every citizen of the United States to that end. So, thank you very much for listening. Be well.
Yes, join me as I delve deep in the warning signs Donald Trump gave us and see if we can figure out how to save democracy before it's too late. So there's a group called votevet.org, and they're asking you for your donations to help them fight on behalf of the American people, especially our veterans. You know, our veterans are patriotic people. These people do not serve any party or any agenda. They serve the people of the United States, and they defend the Constitution. Unlike the people on the Supreme Court who do not defend the Constitution, they defend the Federalist Society, because they have created a monarch in which in the Constitution it says no man is above the law or no man is below the law. But these people went ahead anyway and did what they had to do. As one of our learned judges stated, yes, as you have seen, one of the learned Supreme Court Justice, Justice Elena Kagan, she said the framers did not put an immunity clause into the Constitution. They knew how to. They didn't provide immunity to the president. And not so surprising, they were reacting against a monarch who claimed to be above the law. So what the Supreme Court has done, the 6 people on it, including the Bosse slave, the Roose Bedford, Clarence Thomas, one of the worst black man on earth, what they have done, and help to start the destruction of the American experiment. So VoteVet.org is asking for your help to help fighting to restore democracy. So Donald Trump presidency was marked by controversy and division, but amidst the chaos, he sent out a warning signal that we cannot afford to ignore. He repeatedly spoke out about the threats to democracy, and at the time, many of us thought it was just another one of his outlandish claims. But today, we are facing an unprecedented challenges for our democratic institutions. It's clear that Trump was onto something. Yes, so you have a society in the Federalist Society. And we know that whenever the pot whenever the boiling it start boil over. The people of the United States of America, especially our veterans, whenever they're going to Washington DC, and only stupid police officers would defend these people, because these people do not value or respect the Constitution, because they have dismantled it to put a felon in the White House. And you know that the people who voted for Donald Trump, that these people are lawless, these people are criminal-minded people, because we have seen what happened, and now, not only that, we have witnessed the attack on our Justice Department and our FBI, the most prestigious law enforcement agency in the world. And all criminals do not like law enforcement. Anyone tell you that they love the blue, but yet still they are attacking the law enforcement personnel who have prosecuted those who have attacked the Capitol on January 6, 2021. They are not only criminal, they are terrorists. So the current state of our democracy is precarious, to say the least. We are witnessing the erosion of trust in our institutions, the spread of misinformation, and the manipulation of our political systems. Trump's warning may have seemed exaggerated at the time, but they are proven to be eerily prophetic. The rise of authoritarianism, the suppression of minority voices, and the disregard for the true rule of law are all signs that our democracy is under threat. As citizens, it is our duty to acknowledge these warnings, signs, and take actions to protect our democratic values. The threats are multifaceted and complex. Political polarization has become so ingrained that we are seeing people from different sides of the political spectrum retreating into their echo chambers, unwilling to engage with the opposing views. Misinformation is spreading like wildfire. They often deliberately spread by malicious actors, and voter suppression is still rampant, disenfranchising marginalized communities and undermining the very foundation of our democracy. Trump may have been ridiculed for his warnings, but he was spot on when he said that our democracy is fragile and needs protection. The implications of these challenges are far-reaching and devastating. If we allow our democracy to continue down this path, we will be sacrificing the very principles that have made our country great. We will be surrendering to the whims of authoritarian leaders, abandoning the vulnerable, and embracing a dystopian future where freedom and equality are mere illusions. As you can see, the people who have been the attacks as it started was black people, then the Hispanic, then the disabled. So the stakes are higher than ever, and it's time we acknowledge the gravity of the situation. A recent event that illustrates the urgency of the situation is the attack on the Capitol, the sign of the rioters storming the halls of power, driven by misinformation and fueled by political extremism, was a wake-up call for many of us. It showed us that the threat to our democracy are not just theoretical, they are real and they are happening right before our eyes. This pivotal moment should serve as a rallying cry for all of us to come together and fight for our democratic values. As we are witnessing the erosion of our democracy, we must remember that this is not just partisan issue. This is not about Trump or any other individual. It's about the survival of our democratic institutions. It's about our ability to come together, to engage in civil discourse, and to uphold the principle of equality and justice. This is our last chance to save democracy, and it's up to us to take action. We are at a critical juncture for our democracy, and the stakes are higher than ever. We must acknowledge the warning signs, confront the challenges, and take action to protect our democratic values. Let me know in the comment what you think about the state of the United States of America democracy and what we can do to protect it. And if you want to learn more about how to safeguard our democratic values, be sure to check out my related video, Protecting Democracy. So, as we tell us, stand with veterans and defend our democracy and national security. At Vote Vets, they fight to ensure that the voices of our veterans are heard loud and clear on Capitol Hill, in the media, and in the communities across America. But right now, the very values they swore to protect, democracy, the rule of law, and national security, are under attack. South African billionaires like Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, and Donald Trump are recklessly undermining everything that these veterans have fought for. They are breaking the law, violating the Constitution, and endangering our national security. As we have seen, the greatest act on the American people, the privacy, has been done under this present government led by Donald Trump. Their actions threaten not only veterans, but the very fabric of American democracy. This is not a moment to sit on the sidelines. This is a call to action. As the largest progressive veteran organization in the country, they are mobilizing to push back against these threats, hold bad actors accountable, and advocate for policies that truly honor those who have served. But they can't do it alone. Your support is critical, whether it's $5, $25, or $100. Every contribution helps them fight back against corruption, misinformation, and attack on the freedoms they defend in uniform. Stand with them. Stand with veterans. Stand for democracy. Donate today and make your voice heard, please. And for those who have served, thanks for your service. Have yourself a beautiful day. Peace.